All right, Keyshawn, just kind of reflect on the other night. It was a really tough game. You guys, had a lot of momentum down the stretch, and I know there was some controversy towards the end of the game with some calls that didn't go your way, but just kind of reflect on that matchup and how well you guys competed against a top Kansas team.
It was a great game. We had let some defensive things slip that we wanted to do, but it was a great game for us offensively and I guess offensively for them. So it was just a big game, and the atmosphere was great, and we enjoyed the time and we competed. That's all we was worried about is competing and trying to win that game. So some things slipped, but we shouldn't have let it get that close anyway. So that was just a little mishap on us.
Keyshawn, obviously you've been having a great scoring season, but during the Kansas game, you were getting double teams, so you were making some kick-out passes, and you were aggressive on the boards. Talk about how you're trying to grow your game overall.
Really, I just want to be like a all-purpose guy. I just want to be an all-around guy, like a Swiss Army knife. So I'm trying to do a little bit of everything. If I need to score, I'm going to score. But if it's like double teams or face guard, I'm trying to get others involved because I know they're going to collapse on me. And then, like my coaches say, it's all about hunting. So I just be trying to crash the boards a little more. I know I can do a little more. I do it a lot, but I can do a little more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to crash and get us extra possessions, do a little bit of everything.
Keyshawn, Coach talked about how you've kind of been bluffing over the course of these last couple of games. What have you noticed about your play over the last few games?
Really, I've just been playing free. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not thinking too much. I've just been playing free, and the coach has been giving me confidence to play my game and just not think about it too much and just, as in that aspect, still win, but still just playing free and becoming myself again. Like just playing like how I was at the rec centers and just playing just having fun with the game. So I don't really know how to explain it. It's just been fun. So, but we just got to pull out a couple more wins in them games.
Keyshawn, the Houston game, TCU game, Kansas game, you guys seem to be right there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, TCU the big win. But do you guys feel this team is right, almost to the point of being maybe get something going, like maybe get a few wins rolling in a row here?
Yeah, definitely. I think we got a stretch where we're gonna get a couple wins for Night Nation. We're just gonna get on the road because we're right there. We can be a special team. We can be a good team. We just have to lock in on the little details, like the little things, and that's like every team want to do, just defensive rebounding and playing defense. So them little things that where we don't make the game close at the end is going to be things that separate us.
Has that been the key for you guys with the last 3 games?
Just and pushing in, we just want to play fast. That's our team. We got guys that can play fast. We just want to play fast and just defensive. We just want to rebound and play defense. That's gonna be our main thing because we can score the ball obviously with anybody on any defense. It's just that little thing, attention to detail on those things, and remembering the scout details on the scout, which guys, remember them guys.
You guys seem to be taking an us against the world mentality. How do you think that's going to help throughout the course of the season?
It's going to help a lot because we know we're only fighting for the community and fighting for Night Nation, but it's only us in that locker room. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that doubt us, a lot of people saying these things, different things about us from the start of the season, a lot of people background. So we know we have to fight for us and our family, not our outside family, our family in that locker room, our brotherhood. So it's just us. Even when we go on the road, it's just us. We versing 16,000 people regardless. We're going to fight for our brotherhood versus their brotherhood.
I know you consider yourself a big guard, so when you look at the tape, what stands out to you about BYU's 6'9" guard, Yegor Denman?
When I watch him, I watched a lot of games this year. He's a great player. He's a good player. I think he's very good. You know what I'm saying? He can make some unbelievable passes. He can score the ball. So, as a big guard, he's a good player. So, I like his game a lot.
Yeah, kind of on that note, Keyshawn, I know you refer yourself as a big guard. Can you kind of tell us about the transfer? We're seeing you as an older player, but you've made a really huge physical transformation, right, through your college career.
Uh-huh.
So how much did you weigh entering college, and kind of what was that process like to where you are today?
So when I entered college, I was like 290 at UNLV as a freshman.
That's like offensive line size.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of people say I should have got in football. They was telling me I should have played football. So I entered 290, and then that started the summer. I was just when I got to UNLV, I was eating still, having fun, having a couple dollars in my pocket now. So you know what I'm saying. Night times I go get 2 bowls of Chipotle, 5 Guys, whatever, eat and leave it on my stomach and go to sleep with it next day. 2 weeks go past, I'm at 300 pounds. So after that, I had to just lock in after that season. By the end of the season, when I got to January, Coach LV was just like, hey, man, even though you're not getting a lot of reps, you're not playing a lot, let's still get some extra conditioning in because when your time come, you're ready. Like, you're ready when your time coming. Well, he was right, so I just ended up start running a mile every day, mile and a half every day, cut out certain things, dieting, fasting myself, and things like that, and I ended up losing 70 pounds going into my next year at George Mason.
So where are you now weight-wise? Are you still kind of maintaining around that?
Oh,
Is it 220, 230, or where
No,
are you
I'm
now?
225.
225.
Yeah, 225, but it fluctuates, man, through the season. You lose weight, like I go to 220 some days, and then I'm right back up to 227. So as long as I stay in the 220 to 230 range, I'm good.
And how does that benefit you as a player? Like, you can feel the difference if you think back a few years ago at 290 versus where you are now. I mean, do you feel
Don't get
like
me
you're a
wrong, I
much
was
better
still
player? You were still good. You were good.
I was
You're
still moving at that weight, but I'm way faster now. It feels way better. Like, I can blow past certain defenders, not just big men, like guards. I can do certain things with guards, and then if a little guy guard me, I know how to post up now. I have both games, like, you know what I'm saying, still playing physical enough. So that helps me in a lot of ways, just having all assets, all the tools.
And then getting back on the track for the season, I mean, what did you guys see for your confidence-wise? Like, knowing that you stuck in 2 big games against Houston and Kansas, that you guys were right there. What does that do for you guys going ahead?
Man, it does a lot for us, man. Like Coach said, we're right there with any team in the country. No team, like, we can hang with any team. We can beat any team. We're a great team. We just have to believe in ourselves and lock into the attention to details. Like, we have all the tools. We just have to do it, and everybody has to be a star in their role. Like anything, whatever we have to do, you have to be a star in that. Just like I would say, my saying is like, hey, the lead, say if it's a group band, they can't go out there and perform if the people back there is not setting stuff up. The background singers, the drummers, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be the same performance if everybody didn't have a hand in it. So everybody just had to be a star in their role, and everybody just have to play hard and lock into the attention to details, and we can get things rolling.
Keyshawn, what was the biggest difference you noticed with the team between the Kansas game here in Orlando versus the one in Lawrence?
It seemed like we were seeking vengeance. Like, I think we wanted it more. I know that shouldn't be the thing, but like, we wanted it more. We wanted some get back, and we played a little hard. I feel like when we go on the road, don't get me wrong, some games it got out of hand, but I feel like when we go on the road, we know it's just us. So we out there playing harder. We out there trying to fight for our lives, but we definitely wanted it a little bit more, I would say, and we just wanted to compete and not let that be embarrassing again, because that was not UCF basketball the first time.
What would you say then you kind of proved to yourselves after Lawrence?
I mean, I don't think we proved nothing to ourselves because we knew we could do it. We knew we could do it since the start of the season when we beat the number 13 team in the country. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we proved nothing to ourselves. I just think we know, like, hey, we got a little wake up, like, this is really what it is. We can really hang with any team. But I think we already knew we can do it. But this is a wake up, like, let's lock in. Let's get on the road because we can do it with anybody.
Keyshawn, looking ahead to BYU, have you been able to take a look at them and scout them a bit, and going into this game, how do you guys plan on preparing and getting back in the win column as a team?
Like I said, man, it's 2 things. They play hard as heck. They're a great team. They're greatly coached, man. Just playing hard as heck defensive. I mean, getting rebounds, getting in transition, man, and just playing hard as we can, man. Playing defense on certain guys. You know, they can shoot it with their top 2 or top 3 in the Big 12 in shooting threes. Yeah, so. Yeah, we already know that's what we're going to try to lock in on. But, yeah, just playing hard. That's our biggest thing.
Keyshawn, you work a lot in the isolation game. Obviously, you have the Rose now. Were you a big fan of Carmelo Anthony growing up, and is he someone that inspires your game?
Facts. That's crazy that you would think that. That's definitely, he was my favorite player growing up. Carmelo Anthony was my favorite player. I used to love number 7 and everything. I used to love his hezzy pull. He used to the mid post, the ISO. So I always try to take that game, especially once I start getting a little more weight and stuff. I always try to take that game. But another favorite player of mine is James Harden. So, and I'm left-handed, so I try to watch them too, their games, but still knowing how to play outside of ISO, just learning the college game, still playing in the flow of things. So, but that's definitely one of my favorite players.
Was it a little awkward growing up in Cleveland being a Melo fan? Not LeBron?
Yeah, I used to debate a lot with a lot of guys. They used to try to say LeBron's better, LeBron this. Don't get me wrong, I love Bron, you know what I'm saying? He's a hometown hero, but Melo is my more favorite guy.
Keyshawn, Johnny said this a little earlier that you guys are focused on one game at a time. You're not looking down the road. But you guys seem to be right there on the bubble to try to get a spot in the NCAA tournament. How important is this next stretch, the next 11 games you have before you get into the conference tournament, for you guys at least. And do you look at that? Do you pay attention to stuff like that?
Don't get me wrong. You know, we're all human. Let's be real. We all pay attention to it. We all see it. Let's be real. But no, we like he said, he's a great leader. Coach Dog's a great leader. So when he talks, we try to listen. Like literally, we try to take it one game at a time. Like we try to look at one game at a time because we know if we can handle this game, then the next game is going to give us more confidence. And it just builds up. So we're trying to take it one game at a time. You know, we got 2 games coming up at home, so that's a big thing for us against BYU and Cincinnati. So. Big thing that's going to help us and give us energy is the fans been out there, the student section, everybody been out there packing the arena, giving us life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Night Nation and the student section just being there with us and being our 6th man will help us a lot.
Kansas has a reputation for having one of the best atmospheres in college basketball. Just kind of on that note, what was that atmosphere like, and how does this place at UCF compare to what you experienced in Kansas in terms of the student support?
Kansas was very good. It was loud in there. It made you think a lot in there. You couldn't hear certain stuff in there, so it was a great atmosphere. You always hear growing up, oh, this, that, Allen Fieldhouse, the loudest arena in the world, things like that. So it was a great experience to see, but I don't think we were bothered by it. But compared to Night Nation, nothing compares to UCF. So I love Night Nation. I don't know about a lot of guys. I love Night Nation, how they're creative with the fonts and things like that. So I think the Nightmare is way better, so I'm going to rock with that.
I want to ask you one more question about the physical transformation. When you lose 70, 80 pounds, did it take you time to readjust or get more comfortable with the speed that you were operating at, driving to the lane?
Yeah, definitely. When I lost all that weight, I lost a lot of muscle during that time. I lost a lot of muscle when I lost that weight, so I had to rebuild it. Back up. And then, the speed was way different. Even jumping was way different. Used to do certain spin moves or certain handles and take off in the ball. I would lose the ball during practices or stuff like that at that time because I didn't understand my speed. But now I'm getting more and more in my body, so yeah.
Keyshawn, for a team as guard heavy as this one in terms of just sheer numbers, how big was it for you to learn how to post up like you have?
It was very big. You know, since a kid, like I said, I watched Melo and I watched a lot of guys. But since a kid, my father been telling me always have a versatile, all around game because you don't know where you're gonna play, who you're gonna play with, and it's always better to have an all around game and be able to do a little bit of everything. ISO, score in the post, score outside, inside, just things like that. So, and you know, we got a lot of great guards. So I want to space it out for them when I can, not be all on the wings or. Sometimes, hey, we need to go to the post and get some points in the paint. So that's a big thing for me. So I guess it works out.
All set?
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank you,
Keyshawn.
guys.
Thanks.